Hey guys, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. In today's video, I kind of want to go over some of the bigger swim bait combos that I use, kind of go over all the nicks and crannies of it, and hopefully if you guys are looking into getting into some of the bigger swim bait fishing like I was a couple years ago, this can help you guys out a little bit to pick your combo. So that being said, I have recently, past couple of years, been getting into the big swim bait game. Big swim bait as in like soft plastics over like 6 inches, 7 inches, and glide baits and hard baits over like 6-7 inches as well. So that's kind of considered a bigger swim bait, I guess you could say. I have 2 combos that I use for my big swim bait fishing, 2 combos and 3 reels, and I'm going to get into that right here. So first off, this is actually the combo that I started out with. This is the Zodius 7/8 extra heavy rod. It's rated 1/2 to 2 ounces. Very, very nice rod. It has a little bit of a fast tip, which I'm going to get into a little bit later, but it's super sensitive. It's light, pretty easy to throw baits up to, I would say, just under 2 ounces. Around the 2 ounce mark, it gets a little iffy. As for the reel, this reel has been put through a lot. It's a Curado K200. As you guys know, these are workhorse reels. I've been using this one on here for 2 or 3 years now, and still tip-top shape. As for the line, this is also the line that I started out fishing swim baits with. 20-pound fluorocarbon, straight fluorocarbon. I'll get into that again in a little bit, but this is the rod that I started out with. I started out fishing 5 to 6 inch soft plastics like the Mag Draft, and a couple glide baits like the Ice Slide I started out with, and this rod handles it perfectly. It is a little bit on the short side for my preference, but now this rod combo has converted into my soft plastic swim bait rod. Actually, I don't throw HUDs or anything that's super heavy on it, but something like the Freestyle, like the Mag Draft, smaller Mag Drafts, some, you know, East Coast Creeps or the Miyagi swimmers, I throw on this rod. In my opinion, it has the perfect taper and backbone for a single hook heavier bait, which is what I throw with this. Now moving on, I think the year after I started swim bait fishing, Shimano came out with this rod. This is the Shimano Curado 8-foot extra heavy rod. It's named their swim bait umbrella rig spoon rod, I believe. Nice cork grip, which I personally prefer. A little bit softer taper. It's a moderate fast, I believe, so it's a little bit softer taper than some of the other Curados I'm used to, and this rod has been through a lot. So I'm going to leave links to all of this stuff I'm going to talk about down below in the description, but this rod is rated 2 to 6 ounces. I've thrown just over 6 ounce baits on this rod, and it gets a little iffy, but it's definitely doable. As for the reel, I have 2 zones within my fishing year, I guess you could say. Right now, this is all in my pike zone. In my pike zone, I have this reel on here. This is the Shimano Tranx 301, as most of you guys know. Workhorse reel, top notch from Shimano. I haven't had any issues with it yet. Casts like a dream, reels like a dream. Absolutely love it. As for the line, I run 80-pound Power Pro. Like I said, this is my pike setup here. 80-pound Power Pro. I wouldn't go any lower in my opinion, guys. I haven't had any fish fray it yet if they get wrapped up, but I would definitely stick to 80-pound if you're going for pike. And as for the leader, as most of you guys know, pike have teeth and they can fray braid pretty easily. I actually tie my own fluorocarbon leader. This is usually how long it is, maybe just at 12 inches. I use the Alberto knot here, so I do 5 wraps up and 4 wraps down, and I use a snap here, of course, and I tie the Gerald Swindle knot, a 3-tag, a knot, whatever you want to call it. But the most important thing here is this is 80-pound. I've had pike fray 80-pound fluorocarbon. I wouldn't personally go any heavier just because it's super hard to tie a knot, and I wouldn't go any lighter because pike can probably break that. So I've had pike fray 80-pound, but I run 80 to 80-pound 100% of the time when I'm pike fishing with my big swim baits. So like I said, this is my pike combo. When bass season opens here, I transition to my bass fishing reel. Now I do still bring the tranks with me just in case I end up fishing lakes that have a fair bit of pike. Then I'll throw usually actually lighter than 80 pound just to keep the action of the bait. But just in case, I don't want to throw straight 20 pound, which I have on my next reel here. So I still bring this with me. This is definitely my favorite setup right here. But when bass season opens, I put this reel on here. So you guys, I was getting a lot of questions about this reel last year. Before we get started, it was a gift to me, so I did not pay for it. Very generous, great gift, but this is the Shimano Antares Monster Drive DC reel. It's a Japanese reel. It's righty. As you can see, you guys have probably noticed that I fish both lefty and righty bait casters. But I run 20 pound fluorocarbon on there. I found that 20 pound, either 18 or 20 pound, is the best all around line for me, just with everything I'm using. I do sometimes use like soft plastic swim baits on my bigger combo, but I do like the fluorocarbon just because it gets my glide baits a little bit deeper when I'm fishing in the summer, and I personally prefer that. So like I said, 20 pound on here. I mean, it's a great little reel if you can put some money behind it, but yeah, it casts like a dream. It is pretty fast gear ratio. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I believe it's an 8-to-1. I don't even think it's on here. But I believe it's an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel, which is personally a little bit too fast for me. But I make do with it just because I really enjoy throwing it. So that being said, these are the 2.5, I guess, combos that I use for big swim bait fishing. Gets the job done for me for sure. The Curado rod is a great budget swim bait rod. You can get all the way up to custom rods that can cost you $600, $800. So like I said, everything is going to be linked down below in the description. Hopefully you guys got something from this little tackle breakdown for my bigger swim baits. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I use and why I use it, just because I am getting pretty heavy into it and I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. So instead of answering all those questions, I'm just going to stick them right here. So the 2.5 combos that I use, and like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.